Hey guys, welcome back. So today we're going to do a head-to-head, the first in our series of head-to-heads, 2019 product versus 2020 product. We know all about them now.
Yes.
We've been to the show, we've spoken to the engineers, we've spoken to people behind these products and kind of talked, you know, in depth about the tech. So it's time to test it. We're going to start with Callaway. We're going to go Epic Flash Sub-Zero versus Mavrik Sub-Zero.
Yep.
Obviously, lot of chatter. Very interesting to see Brooks Koepka put that in the bag.
That was a shock
over the weekend. I think for him, there's a lot of sort of early season trial. I know he started that tournament with his M5.
Oh, he did. Okay.
He did. So he had his M5 in there with his Diamana D Plus Limited, and then he moved into the Mavrik for the weekend, which was interesting.
I'm a little surprised he didn't at least play a sim for a day or two, but I guess we'll see.
I know. Well, I know he done some testing early on.
Did he?
With sim, and obviously didn't kind of get it dialed in quite right, but we'll see. Yeah, interesting that he's using kind of some of these tournaments for a little bit of experimentation. Obviously shows you the mindset of someone who's just trying to prepare for those big four majors.
He just wants to win the majors.
That's it.
Very true.
Yep.
Okay, so let's get loosened up. I'm just gonna hit some of my own driver, kind of get the cobwebs off, and then we'll move into
get the speed up to where we're happy with, and then we'll dive in.
Cool.
Okay. Very nice. Very nice. It's good. That's a bomb. That's nice. It's a good hit.
Yeah. It's funny. It just subtly wants to move.
Yeah. Yeah, really nice.
It's a nice one.
Good?
Yep.
Really good.
It's good.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Good.
A monster. All right, a pretty conclusive test that head-to-head with those two, you're really not going to see much of a difference in terms of the actual numbers, ball speed, launch and spin.
Yeah.
They're very, very similar.
Yeah, definitely.
There's and even to be honest, I mean, obviously we've seen Flash curve a little bit more for you. We were fighting the right side a little bit more with Flash, and you can see that in the dispersion circle. That was even with the weight in the toe.
Yeah, we moved the weight over there just to balance it a bit.
Just to, you know, set up the driver in its sort of, you know, best optimized form. And, you know, this one we had the heavyweight back on Mavrik, just to stabilize it a little bit. So I think really head to head, even though it doesn't have the slide around the back, we can probably make a reasonable argument that that's a little bit more stable. Yeah,
a little bit more stable, a little bit more fade biased on it, which is, I think, what people will be looking for in the Sub-Zero.
I think so.
But again, it's not a shock. I think when we do this type of test, obviously we're throwing out really terrible strikes. So when you look at strike to strike with a decent pattern, the numbers are going to be similar, as they should be. It's more over the course of a season, over the course of, you know, a long range session, where I think if you start mixing them all over the place, I would expect you'll get a little bit better kind of performance out of this, just based on how some of them felt. But not a ton in terms of launch and spin, obviously.
Yeah, and I think for the player who played Epic Flash Sub-Zero last year and was fitted for it.
Yeah, good point.
You know, be pretty content that what you've got is pretty
still a good driver.
It's not gonna it's gonna take a change really in you as the player to get that driver out your bag, rather than a driver coming along and significantly beating it in performance. That's not going to happen. You know, Epic Flash was a really good driver last year. It was quick, so it's not really going to be a performance story from a distance perspective. Again, it comes down to the fit. I mean, could we flip those trajectories around a little bit with a change in shaft perhaps, or maybe do something with the Epic Flash to keep that down the left side? Pretty confident we could.
Yep.
You know, we're using the same shaft, the Graphite Design XC7X on those, so for continuity, but we pretty much could, I think, shift that over a little bit.
Yep, and make it more even in terms of start line and curvature.
So not an awful lot.
No,
not an awful lot going on, which is good news. I think for most people, you know, the formula is still good.
Yeah.
The Epic Flash players are not really going to be moving into Mavrik, I don't think.
I mean, it's a one-year progression. I think they've made some nice improvements, but it's incremental, and I don't think it would be a case of that one 12 months later being like, oh God, I need to get rid of that, get something new. I think this is definitely going to be worth putting into your fitting selection with paying in all the other ones.
Yeah.
But no, you're right. The Epic Flash owner probably doesn't need to go crazy. Yeah. It's worth a try, but you probably won't see too much.
I'm probably more curious actually to try the standard Epic Flash versus the standard Mavrik. I think that might actually be a better test.
You think there's more difference?
I think there's a bigger difference. I think there's a bigger separation. I think these two heads are quite similar.
That's a good point.
And, you know,
I didn't think of that.
It's quite nice to see them, you know, come out where they are, because, you know, it's continued performance.
Yes.
But I think that the shape evolution is more dramatic.
Yeah, because the standard is the one that has kind of that high crown, and it's a very different design. Okay, well maybe we'll do that as a follow-up then.
Yeah, be good.
Sounds good.
Okay, good news for people who own Epic Flash.
Yep.
Your driver should just keep
still pretty good
in the bag. It's good, and it's funny, you know, down at the PGA show, getting together with a bunch of fitters, and everyone's sharing opinions on early thoughts on Mavrik, and a bunch of people said to me personally that they had a great year with Epic Flash last year, and we did read a good year with it, but you know, it's not likely that you know, Mavrik is a step backwards, but it's very tough to call it a step forwards.
For sure. In the Sub-Zero category, I would say these are pretty close, so let's follow up with the other one.
We will. Okay, stay tuned for more, guys. See you again soon.